Okay, we are about to be live, and voila, we are on. Jack the Giant Slayer commentary is good to go. We must check the channel now. I did some customs this morning. You probably won't see them because it'll take a while to load up, but they were there.
Oh, what customs did you upload?
Oh, I did Bruce Forsyth, his tribute Swinburne, Dr. Watson from Sherlock Holmes, Black Adam DCU, Rearranger, Power Rangers Legacy Wars, and Matthias from the Scorpion King.
Oh, sounds cool.
Yeah, thank you.
The stream's on. It's working.
Yep. I see it. Hey everyone, welcome to another commentary, and I hope this one turns out just as good. I welcome, of course, Fazbear once again. Fazbear, before we start, could you check to see if the audio is good on our stream?
Sure thing.
Right. Once we know that our audio is good, we'll start. I'm sorry, I'm a bit away from the camera.
So how do I sound on the stream?
But I wouldn't know. My headset is in my phone, so I'm asking you if you can hear the audio on the stream. So you hear the audio on your end?
Yeah, I heard it.
All right then.
I think it sounded decent.
All right then. Right then, guys. I think we are ready to go. As you know, the movie is Jack the Giant Slayer, and from what Fazbear has told me, he has heard the audio from the stream, so we're good to go there, and there's no issues there. Yeah. I hope this goes well. Now for Fazbear, sorry, I'm away from the config. Oh, I'm used to looking at the laptop. I'm supposed to look at the camera. Sorry that. But anyway, though, I want to say thanks to everyone who's going to attend for this big event. But yeah, Jack the Giant Slayer is a movie that is in my Blu-ray collection. It's close to my top 10. It probably would have made my top 10, but I would.
Oh, what are the flaws?
Huh?
What are the flaws?
Oh, it's CGI tends to be the case. But I don't like judging a movie just because it's shit CGI. You know, it's because CGI is normally a tool, but whatever. But anyway, though, if I had to swap a movie around on my top 10, it would be swap Spider-Man 2 out for Megamind. And then probably, if Megamind didn't exist, then I would put Jack the Giant Slayer there.
That would be pretty sad if Megamind never existed.
Yeah. Anyway, though, regardless, Fazbear has not seen this movie. He's only heard of speculation, so I'll let Fazbear go ahead.
I've heard the movie's name, and in the posters, yeah, I can see what you're saying about the CGI. It looks kind of bizarre, like something out of the early 2000s, I'd say.
As for the whole story
of,
oh yeah, as for the whole story of Jack the Giant Slayer, or Jack and the Beanstalk in general. Obviously, I'm sure Fazbear is well of the story of Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah, of course.
So he knows the background of this.
I think we can get a good idea of what the movie's about, judging by the title, Jack the Giant Slayer. That pretty much gets it all away.
Well, I'll say this. If you're expecting him to be like dark, cruel, gritty, badass Jack, you're not going to get that. You're actually going to get more of an adventure thing. So, in a way, the title is misleading because he's not as badass as it. The only reason they changed the title from a technical point is because they didn't like the original title, Jack the Giant Killer. You see what I mean? That sounds like a rated R movie.
This one sounds like a fairy tale, though.
But no, even though the title is kind of misleading because he's not as badass as the title says. It makes up for it with its own story, which is true to its source material. So anyway, that's what I want to say. There's a lot going on with this movie, and since for Fazbear it's his first reaction, it's going to be hard to do a commentary. But he will probably say what he thinks of a scene as it's going on. So with that being said, I think we've said more than enough. We've wasted enough of your time. Are you ready, Fazbear?
Yeah, I'm ready, and I'll be forming opinions as I watch the film.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm at timestamp 0 on my end. I'm at HD as well on mine. He's watching it on a free. If you want to watch this movie, according to Fazbear anyway, he's found it on a free website, which they'll probably put a link to if you want to find it.
It's called 123 Movies, but I'll put a link just to make things easier.
You can either put the link in the comment section or probably the chat. Number 2, I don't think the comment section exists yet. No, it doesn't.
I put it in the chat.
It would be the chat.
Oh, there's one comment. It's a link from you.
Oh. Okay. But yeah. So that's that sorted. I've got this on Blu-ray, and I've also got this on Amazon Prime if you want to watch it that way. There's always, and if you have a DVD or Blu-ray or whatever you have of this, feel free to boot it up and we'll get started. But yeah, they're taking it off Amazon Prime sadly because the contract's about to run out. But regardless, it's still a fun ride. So that being said, I think, like I said, we have now said way more than we had to. Are you ready, Fazbear?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Well, I'm on timestamp 0. I'm assuming you are too.
Yes, that would be correct.
So we'll do 3, 2, 1, and when I say pressing play on the word play, we press the button. All right. So with that being said, let's get to this. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. And there's the WB logo. I'm just saying this so it's synced up, right?
That's one of the most classic logos ever.
Now it's forming in.
Oh, you get a transition.
I want to make sure my audio is tweaked down a bit. So there's the one of the logo. I've seen that logo before. Legendary?
It's legendary.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we don't have any syncing issues, as in if my phone does boo-boo. Because if it does, we'll pause and we'll just sync ourselves back up again. Original film. I guess that's kind of true.
It's not really an original film because it's based on something that has prior source material. But all right.
Bad Hat Harry. This has happened in a lot of movies where we see the young version of the character before they age up for the story.
I'm assuming that's Jack.
Jack the Ripper. So we've got the father who's going to read the story to Jack, young Jack here. I also provide commentary for this. So no, it's a welcome opening. Seek God. So that's why the beans exist. And that's when they met the
we're
giant.
getting a whole origin story of the beans.
Yeah. So based what? So it's more than you expected already. And now they had the giants. They had a beanstalk way down. So yeah, the monks wanted to see God. They made a beanstalk, and the giants, they met them instead. And they took all the giants came down and they took everything. So at least we have an explanation of where the beans came from, and it makes sense. It's not like, oh, alien stuff or something. So it actually makes sense. Like it's monks that did it. The story must be popular because not only does one person know about it, also does the royals.
I like how there's badass narration, but it has awful CGI.
Now, this is something they didn't have in the book, but they made for the movie. They made this crown here that's supposed to control the giants because it was made of a giant heart. So if you wear the crown, you can control the giants. You get the idea. Send him back and then chop the stalk down.
For some reason, this is reminding me of the movie 300.
Because of the presentation?
Yeah, it has that Zack Snyder-ish presentation.
And then the great King Eric finally died, and his crown was put in the coffin. And so we've got an exposition of what important things are yet to come. Yeah, the Guardians are basically the Jedi. So that's also established. And of course, that's
Why is
the
he
prince.
staring at the camera? Why is he staring at us?
I didn't. No, I don't need to explain who this character is, but in this version of Jack they have a princess in this one too, which makes sense because they already established there's a king, a kingdom, so it's not going to come out of nowhere.
Yeah, there has to be some royal family members.
Yeah, so these are descendants of that person, basically. And obviously, this mother and this father figure are clearly people. Let's think. We have young characters looking up to these kind parent figures. What's going to happen to these parent figures?
I don't know. Maybe they'll die, perhaps.
Of course.
That's not that. I've never seen that in movies before. I've never seen a movie where the main character's parents are dead.
Well, any sort of loving.
Happens.
No, it's only loving parents that die. Just like
Disney. Never happens, does it, Lucas?
Yeah, only okay. At least I'm okay with it here because it's based on a fairy tale, so I'm okay with it here.
They just have to beef up the story a little for a movie, you know?
Yeah. There's your title for you.
We got a title transition here. Pretty nice.
Yeah. All right. So far, so good. 10 years. Of course, we need a time jump so we can have our characters played by the actors.
The exposition we're getting of the flashbacks kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings also. Have you seen those movies?
Yeah, I've seen some of them. So we have the asshole uncle now. Let's see how big of a jerk they can make this character.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know now you have to compare this to what you've read of Jack and the Beanstalk. Like, do you remember Jack selling this specific animal, or was it something else to you?
Yeah, I remember him selling an animal, and then beans were traded to him.
But you don't remember what the animal was?
Yeah, not specifically.
But in this, it's a horse and a cart. At least it's a white horse.
I've heard of it being a cow before.
Yeah, everything gets added up, so you'll be caught in the loop. Based on how there's your reacting use. They've reused that actor in the Harry Potter films way too much. Oh, come on, these names are coming.
Well, that's Warwick Davis. I recognize him. He's the actor who played Leprechaun. You know the horror movies Leprechaun?
Yep. I've seen this.
Leprechaun.
This story must be so popular, but then again, this story is supposed to be a legend because of what a great king did. But everyone here thinks that the legend is, well, just a legend. Oh, whenever you see a pretty woman, it must mean. Well, anyway, cliche.
Something's going to go on between them.
Well, obviously. Obviously, the kids aren't going to. Yeah, let's tell this story to our children. That's not going to send them nightmares.
The children are just laughing. They seem to enjoy over what they're watching.
Oh no, there's a ruckus. I must do something to progress the story. Why does harassment have to happen? Of course. You're outnumbered. Hmm. Hmm.
You're not so tough now that the law's here.
Now we're introduced to our next character of the movie. Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that Ewan McGregor?
I told you I met. Why do you think I said Jedi before? It was a hint.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. So are you happy to have him in this movie?
Yeah, Ewan McGregor's a good actor.
Hmm.
All he needs to say is, "Hello there."
I'm happy to see you. And you're in a fitting role for once. You're actually playing a guardian, a knight type character, which is fitting for you. So far so good. You're having good vibes of this.
Yeah.
Where's his cart gone? Wow. GTA style, man. The next millennia.
It's Grand Theft Auto, but in medieval times.
And there's our next character. Let's see if you can recognize actors again. Now, I don't need to be surprised by this, but get what? This is the human bad guy. What gave it away? Oh, a lot of things. Oh, a monk. That's not suspicious at all. You just let him go.
He looks like a friar.
I'm surprised you didn't recognize the actor, but I'll give it in a bit. Now, do you want me to give away? Yeah, but right now, what we're seeing, guys, we didn't say much in the commentary because Fazbear is watching this on a first viewing, but we've introduced to Elmont, leader of the guards, played by Ewan McGregor, and now we're introduced to Roderick, who is obviously up to something. That monk took something.
You can tell by looking at him that he's up to something.
Yeah. Now, the monk who's in here took some secret stuff. Look, he's got the crown right there, so he's been hiding. So if he's got the crown, he's also got the...
Beans.
Yeah, the monk took the beans because he's obviously... We've established the monks obviously don't want the giants to come back. So, but Roderick, our villain here, wants them back to take over somehow. Oh, he's got the crown, yeah. So he wants to use the giant arm. You can see what's going on. He's trying to take a beanstalk, get the giants down, and then invade so he can take over. So we've got the setup there. So already this vibe alone is like... Now, I don't know if I've mentioned this. Okay, here we've got the monk. Now, this is how... And that's how they're able to incorporate Jack into the story with the fable. Like, oh, so that's how the monk... But it's on a more grander scale than you could expect it to be. He's not giving him the beans to, trade him. It's more of like he's given the beans to stop this bad guy from happening. So it's more of a different thing you expected then, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just changing it up a little.
But yeah. So I think there are 7.
I don't know if it's just me, but I would not trust this friar.
Really?
I wouldn't trust him.
Okay.
Someone who dresses like that and is roaming around the street, I wouldn't take anything from him.
Also, this deal they make is very shady. He obviously Jack's like, they're just beans. But he's like, just do this, take them to the monk's place, and they'll give you money. And then he just walks off with the horse. Like, he's like, okay, we made a deal. Of course you would say that, monk. Don't get the beans wet. Okay, I'll keep it in my pants then.
I especially wouldn't take random beans from a stranger on the street.
Don't worry, you're not the only... There's another character that agrees with you in that regard, and you can guess who that is. But yeah, the monk's still a runner. And of course, everyone sees. Why doesn't he should at least take the horse out of sight so no one sees him. So now we have Grand Theft Monko. But his rebellion gets short-lived. Where do you think you're going, Sunshine? Monk, fail. We've got some talking to do. Now, apart from Ewan McGregor, we're coming up to another big name actor, but we'll get to that in a bit. Of course, the uncle yells at him because bullshit. I'm gonna take that back. It's what you said earlier, Fazbear. Like, you wouldn't make a deal like that, wouldn't you?
This is the uncle, right?
Because, like, you believe what the monk says?
No.
Just because because he says just because he wore a robe and has short hair doesn't mean he's a monk.
I mean, yes, it's true because what the monk is saying is true because of the story. But in real life, if I met the monk for the first time, I would not trust him.
There's
the
our
uncle
next
might be
big
an asshole, but at least he's logical.
Yeah. We're also introduced to our next big actor of the movie. I'll let you guess before I give the name away. Ready for the name drop, or shall I let you figure it out?
It's the king, right?
Yep.
Let me look more.
Also, I would have taken point that the plot of this, the royal plot is she's being married to a guy and she doesn't want to get married to this guy. A plot we've seen in many Disney movies. So now the uncle's going to sell Jack's stuff because, well, I mean, realistically, the uncle kind of has a point because, you know, you didn't make the deal, so I had to sell your stuff. So in a way, I'm not really pissed off at the uncle. Based on what the uncle's knowledge, I can understand where he's coming from. Okay, Spider-Man. Oh, you Uncle Ben. Responsibility. Also, I should mention at this point, Roderick is played by Stanley Tucci from a lot of things, actually. The Hunger Games, he was the announcer, and he was in Transformers 4, Age of Extinction, if I'm correct, as that CEO.
So I looked it up. The actor who played the king, it's Ian McShane. That's the actor.
Yeah, that's Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda, and he's also Blackbeard in Pirates.
His voice performance as Tai Lung was fantastic.
Oh, indeed. Probably my favorite of the three villains there.
Probably so already, the best DreamWorks villain ever.
So already the casting for this movie is living up to its expectations.
Yeah, the cast is great.
I mean, yeah, you could say, well, the leads aren't the best, but that's the whole point. They deliberately chose actors not known because, like, if we chose, like, say, Dwayne Johnson or something like that, then it'll be the whole point of Jack's character and is like he's supposed to be the farm boy, someone we don't, you know.
Could you imagine Dwayne Johnson as Jack?
Yeah, I mean,
his controversial opinion. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is not that good of an actor.
Yeah,
he's not bad, but he's not as great as everyone says he is, or as everyone builds him up to be.
Oh, we go.
He stars in like 10 movies a year. I'm just exaggerating.
So we just talked
he's
over.
Not that fantastic of an actor. Like he just plays the same characters over and over.
Oh, he has some good roles in there. Oh, by the way, we skipped over a good joke. It's like, what did the monk say? And the henchman's like, he wouldn't spill the beans.
Well, technically, he just gave them away.
Well, he's not going to tell him that. I owe it to God. You owe it to God, give him my regards. Of course, you kill the only witness. I understand why. Okay, you kill him because you're evil, but at the same time, he was the only person you had knowledge of to where the beans were. So it kind of defeats your plan, but okay.
Well, he wasn't spilling the beans.
I get.
You can say.
Yeah, so he probably knew like he wouldn't say anything no matter what. So once again, this is basically like Aladdin, where the princess doesn't like who she's marrying, so she runs away. But yeah. Also, I want to point out the weather is raining, and we've paid attention that there is a bean under the floorboards. Would you like to guess what happens in these next few moments?
What's gonna happen? So,
well, based on what's set up.
Well, something with the beans, definitely.
Well, we know where the beans are, right? Did the uncle and Jack gather up all the beans off the ground? This is the second time these two have met under disguise. But that's, to be fair, it's the princess who's trying to always hide herself. But then again, everyone should know her face anyway because she's the princess. But what do I know?
I'm surprised no one recognized her in the crowd during that stage play.
Yeah. I guess the hoods are convincing.
It's like Clark Kent with glasses. How does no one recognize he's Superman?
Well, if it works for one, it works for all. Nicholas Hoult, I believe, is the name of the actor who plays Jack, and he looks like an actor. Okay, there's what we've established there. There's water leaking, it's raining, and the bean fell under the floor right about... Let's see how far away the bean is from water. Let's see. It's about... Ooh!
Not that far.
So, let's see. What we've established. We have a bean under the house. Princess and Jack inside house. It is raining, and there is leaking. What do you think will happen out of this? You can see where this is going.
Yeah, and usually when plants grow, they need water. That's one of the things they need. So
Poison
we can take
ivy
an educated guess.
Yeah. It's a rescue the princess story. At least it's a better explanation than find the golden harp stuff. They throw the golden harp in there, but it's not the original plan. It's instead, it's a rescue the princess story, which I guess I'm okay with. I'm not. It's Mario then. We need to rescue the. Ignore what I'm saying, Bean. I wasn't encouraging the plot. No, screw my words. But yeah, so Jack is like saying, "Hey, you'll be a great princess." He knows who it is because come on, no one's that foolish. That disguise doesn't fool anyone. But yeah, traditional stuff like, oh, you're running away. Why are you running away? We know what's going on here.
She's running away because of the trope of princesses having to marry some guy they don't even like.
Well, it's not really don't
Which
look
is
like
normal in medieval times.
It's not really don't like. It's like she doesn't want to marry a stranger who's twice her own age.
Yeah, that's normal medieval times.
Yeah, she's still a bit shy about her position because she's concerned of what she'll become, and she doesn't want to become something bad, obviously. Thank you for defending my honor. There he goes. Okay, at this point, when would you run out the house? As soon as a drop hit? I wonder how long it will take for that bean to go bam. That poor cat, I feel sorry for it. Like,
the cat knows what's going on.
Like, you probably feel
the
a bit
person that's aware of what's going on in this room is the cat.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you would feel that the audience probably feels really tense because it's very well built up with the beans. So it's well built up the suspense. Oh boy. Yeah, come on, Jack. Put 2 and 2 together. Well, not 2 and 2 together, but at least get out there. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Joe. Wow, I feel bad for the uncle too because Jack's firstly, he screwed over his uncle by losing the horse, and now his house is destroyed. You must get out the door, princess, to progress to the next level. But princesses can't leave. You are supposed to be the plot device. So, princesses...
So she's captured by growing plants rather than a giant.
Well, she's going up. The house is uprooted. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, Jack. I understand in the original story a little axe could cut down that, but it's a huge beanstalk. It's too thick for one axe to cut. Hey, look at the bright side, princess. You wanted an adventure. You wanted more in your life.
This is kind of a start to your adventure, I guess.
Jack's fear is heights. Irony. Well, you're going to be doing some climbing in this movie, so get used to it. Don't open the door. That might be worse. Wow, it is worse. Of course.
And why does Jack think that just cutting the beanstalk with an axe or whatever he was holding is going to work?
Jack, rescue, fail.
It's like in Godzilla movies where the military tries to take him down with their missiles.
Would you say we're on to Act 2 of the movie right now? Because like the princess has been taken by the beanstalk up there to where
you're going to like an hour and a half. So by then, naturally, the plot's going to progress.
So you say we're on Act 2?
It already is.
So we're on to Act 2. Everything's been set up, so we know what's going to come now. He passed out the entire night. Wow.
And this is where we're really getting the classic fairy tale.
So they finally tracked her down.
Jack, you need to give the king his scroll. Give him the dragon scroll so he won't go batshit on you.
Obviously. Where's your house, Jack? Says the king. Well, if you look up, sir, I'm afraid your daughter's got a new point of view. There. Bear in mind that Jack was out this entire night for the entire royal army to come here. Okay. So already you can see this is much more of than you expected this movie to be. Hello, Bobby. So we've got some of the Guardians going on this adventure.
Let the Jedi go on the beanstalk.
Your uncle who's upset with you. But welcome, Bobby. If you want to watch the commentary with us, we have a link. You can find it on Amazon. You can restart the commentary when we get the chance to. But yeah, so we've got Roderick is going because, well, we know why he's going behind the scenes. Why? His excuse is, I want to go because of my beloved's up there, and I want to earn her love, which is obviously fake because we already established him as a bad guy. And then Elmont and his crew are going because, well, they're the Guardians. They're supposed to rescue people, and they're the knights and all that. And of course, Jack's going because Roderick convinces him to go on the sense where he's the only know what's happened, so he can help us out. And actually, he has some sort of sinister reason for wanting Jack to come. And you probably know what that is.
Yeah.
Jack has the beans, boy. So, yeah.
The king should go up there to get the dragon scroll.
Well, obviously they're not going to send the king to. Oh, there's a good shot with Roderick looking at the castle, and he's got the crown in his satchel, so everything's all set up, very well paced. like, yeah, stuff's going to happen. So as you can see, it's very well handled how it's setting everything up. It doesn't like rush you with giants and everything. It's probably, I don't know, so far how we're going, is it better than you expected?
Yeah. The giant, there's going to be like more than one giant.
Obviously. So his weapons include a crossbow and 2 swords. That's pretty cool. Also, we never talk about this
Crossbow,
character.
2 swords.
Mm.
Yeah,
We
that's
didn't-
going to work against giants for sure.
Yeah. Well, Jack just said, I'm scared of falling. And then Elmont says, well, don't fall then. Now, we didn't talk about this character who's helping Jack at the bottom. That is Craw, who's basically the jokey character who makes one-liners to kind of like, imagine Hagrid, but if he was slimmer.
Yeah.
That's who Craw is right there with the
Basically,
big hair.
what in a group Seth Rogen would be.
You can't basically saying you can't marry the princess because she's supposed to be with Roderick, but they don't know the full story. Even though he doesn't get much to do in this movie, they make Ewan McGregor's character pretty cool. Oh, also we have we have Jack.
I like his costume design.
Really? So one of the little
It's a little
tricks is
silly, but it's still fun.
he's trying to convince Jack to jump. Do you see that cake in front of you, Jack? Can you see the cake? And go get it. I want to. So this rescue mission consists of Elmont and Craw, which are these two, Roderick and his sidekick. I forgot what his name is, and then I think 5 or 6 foot soldiers, and then there's Jack. So there's that for you. So let's see. I'd say that's about 10 or 11 people going up there. And oh wait, there's also that bold guy too. So I'll put 12 at most.
Have you seen Birds of Prey? Lucas? Lucas, you there? Lucas? Ooh, surprise, surprise. A betrayal. In the words of CinemaSins, they all survive this. Oh, hey, Lucas, you're back.
Back yet? Okay, am I back now?
Yeah, you're back.
All right. Did you do? Did you pause or did you keep the footage rolling?
I paused now, but I kept the footage rolling and I said some things.
Give me a timestamper.
3358.
Oh, okay, I didn't miss much. Did you provide commentary in my absence?
Yeah, I did some commentary.
Oh, yeah, not much really. Well, I didn't mean I was still keeping in track with the audio, but you're probably not surprised that they took out some of the foot soldiers in that little incident there. You said 33 something? 33 what?
Yeah, 3358.
Okay, so I'll just
That's the scene where who was Roderick's assistant?
Wiccan, I think his name is Wicket. Something like
yeah, he cut the rope off.
Yeah,
he cut the rope while some people were climbing it.
Okay, 33. Oh,
I'm wondering how they survived.
Well, they didn't. I'm not joking. As in the people that just fell, they didn't. The first one was hit by a lightning bolt, and obviously no one's going to survive that fall. Anyway, though, 33:58. We've got a shot of Jack staring at. But yeah, we're at 30:58. So 3, 2, 1, play. So Jack's having a look at this stone waterfall giant head thing, and there's the house you can see in the corner there. Thank you, Jack, for looking at it too. But obviously, Roderick got rid of those foot soldiers because, well, you know, we don't want more. Because if there's more goons in his way, then there's a lot more men to take out.
He only wants Jack.
Well, try and take his name. Well, the princess could have climbed down, but instead she went up because she wanted an adventure, which she probably shouldn't have done. She didn't climb down. Oh, looking for an adventure she'll find. Ewan McGregor should do more movies like this. He does fit for these type of characters.
Yeah, I agree. He does eccentric characters well too.
Hmm.
Have you seen Birds of Prey?
No, I haven't. Oh wait, he's that crime boss, Black Mask.
Yeah, Black Mask. He does a great job of that movie, despite the movie not being that good.
So get this. This is all the food they have left, because guess where all the other food was? Yes, the rations were here with his men. So that's you've just cut your food supply. We want the beans, man, and not the Heinz ones. Well, here we have Roderick taking the beans back. To be fair, you don't really need the beans anymore because you're basically at the Giants' place,
you're on what they became.
Oh, yeah. So one bean had the power to make one giant stalk. Imagine what all of them could do.
Wait, what timestamp are you on? Accidentally exited the website.
Yeah, I'm good. I think we're in sync.
What timestamp are you on?
Did you press play?
No, I accidentally got off the website somehow.
Oh, sorry. I'll pause. Did you miss anything? What was the last bit you saw before it went boom?
It was the part where they had their food rations.
Oh, okay, then. So I'm going back a few steps then. Right,
but what timestamp are you on now?
I'll just go back a bit and I'll start at a specific spot. Let's try 35, literally. Pause if I can. I'm at 35:37 now.
It's pretty lucky when you have two of the same numbers at the same time, like 35:35.
Yeah, I'm at 35:37 for you. When you're synced up, we'll carry on. Hello, Scattershot. If you want to watch this movie with us, titles there. You can watch this movie on your YouTube, Blu-ray, DVD if you have it, or you can find it on Amazon Prime if you have Amazon Prime, or you could also find it on the free website, which is what Fazbear is watching this on, the 123 movies.
So I was mistaken at first. I thought the people that were on the cut ropes survived for a second by how it looked. Like
no, but
transitions and everything, but no, they didn't.
Well, obviously they didn't. What? We're at 33:57, right? You didn't press play yet?
No. All right, I'm at 35:37.
35:37. Okay, so we're in sync.
Let's
All right,
carry
3.
on.
Yeah, play. So yeah, that's basically the consequences of Roderick's plan of killing those foot soldiers because they had all the food. Anyway, though, they finally get the beans back from Jack. Well, of course, you're the advisor to the king. Why is it always the advisor who's evil?
It's the people you expect the least. Well, not really, because it's a trope. Someone close to the king is a villain.
And why is he the advisor anyway? Because he's supposed to be an ambassador, come to marry the whatever. What do I know? I don't know how long he's been prepared for this, or how long the king's prepared him for this. Who knows? Who knows? But he obviously Roderick only came to this kingdom because that's where the crown is. And of course, one bean remains in his little neck pendant now. That's going to be a plot point later. Yeah, she left the symbol so she could find a way back. And the king has decided to make camp here, waiting for his daughter to come home. Oh yeah, they find the bodies of the soldiers. So if this answers your question. Oh, they didn't slip. Look at that rope, General. So yeah, there's all the food and the rations and all his troops. I think there's 6 people there. Yeah, 6. 4 guardians and 2 soldiers. Something happened here. Yeah, this is where the Giants took her before she finished her another tracker. Yeah, that's a yell will help. Why does everyone yell like the person's name? Okay. Oh, he's at the line. I've got a bad feeling about this. I heard that, Elmont. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, it's a good movie, Scattershot, and so far that Fosbury is actually, I'm assuming he's enjoying it more than he expected to.
The plot seems pretty interesting.
Well, is it more than you expected? Would
Yes,
you say?
more than I expected. I expected like somewhat of a generic story where where Jack is like solo in this adventure.
No, he's not.
Fighting giants and slaying them.
And of course, we have to remind you: say anything or you die. Plot points. And now it's raining again. Especially when they're high up in the sky. How high is the rain anyway? Those poor sheep. So now you've got to have your food raw.
You can't even make a fire because of the rain.
Lamb chops. Oh, there's a Jurassic Park reference. But no, this is actually a trap for the giants to get their food. Oh, bear in mind, I want to bear in mind. I'll mention it later. Actually, when we get to that character. In this movie, we do still have one big name left. So and he voices one of the lead giants. So look forward to that.
Oh, look, that voices the giant. Is like another recognizable actor?
Yeah, for you, I'd say it should be. Here comes the giants after all their build-up. Now, it is sad that the giants have not the best CGI, but hey, I'm okay with the CGI being crap because at least the human characters make up for the giants,
Crappy design.
Yeah, so I'm okay as long as I get a good story and good characters out of it. I'm okay. But for some people, that's a big deal. But the CGI is bad. Oh, okay. But for all we know, no, it could be a lot of things. You still good there, Faz?
Yeah, I'm good.
But yeah, this is an interesting.
This is
Yeah,
pretty
so
good build up.
yeah, after all, it's built for the Giants.
It's usually hearing footsteps or growling.
There
And
he is.
like 10 scenes like that to build up a monster in your movie.
They did actually do a lot of research for this source material and had their own ideas. So here's our first
Like,
giant.
Like, of giant
Oh, poor
like
Craw.
mythology with giants. Is that what they researched?
Yeah, they did a lot of look up for this. So here's our first giant. I wanted to bear in mind that there are four. Wait. Yeah, there are four
in this
giants.
shot, it doesn't look terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not at all. But
just you wait.
If you know the story, you know that the giants have fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of a. Yeah, they're good at smelling. But also those four words, fee, fi, fo, fum, are actually the name of the four generals of the giants. So each one, this is one of them. I don't know if this is. I think this is fee. I could be wrong. But regardless, it's a nice touch detail. There's our first giant.
Is this the main one or one of them?
This is one of the general ones. Like fee, it's either fee, fi, fo. It's not fum because they made fum look specific, but this is either fee, fi, or fo. Knockout. That giant looks to me like Daryl from Walking Dead.
Huh.
A bit. I've seen some shots of it. Right up in the eye. I'm a video game character. Nice teeth. Oh, really? Really, Elmont? That's stupid. I've got my sword. I can stop this giant thing. You're supposed to be the leader of the Guardians. Yeah, that's going to work.
Sword. It's not going to do shit.
Fail. And they're both the Guardians are knocked out and disarmed. That was easy.
Who could have expected that?
After all their build-up, one giant. At least it shows the giant's power. But that's also a nice reference they also reuse with Indominus Rex, where Jack wasn't able to be seen because he was in the water, which masked away his scent.
Judging by how the giant looks, I'm sure it's motion capture.
Yeah, I think it is. Especially for our main bad guy.
Motion capture usually looks weird like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all of it does, but it's very, very early days. It had this weird, uncanny look.
Bobby says, "What if Godzilla versus
better
the
than,
giant?"
Than the early motion capture days like Polar Express. Polar Express was very creepy looking.
I think the giant and that Godzilla would be at the same size, Bobby. So it'd be an interesting fight, regardless.
I think Godzilla will be bigger than these giants.
Maybe. Oh, if that one Guardian there, his name literally in the credits is called Bald. I'm not joking.
Bald? That's
the
name of the character.
I'm not. Shall I stab him in the back? No, no more backstab. Really? You fall for that old trick? These Guardians are so easy to take care of.
They're just going down like flies. Hey?
Bye-bye. I didn't like you anyway.
All these guards are just going down like flies.
Well, actually, that was the henchman, so I don't really care for his death. And now it's time to move in. Not so big and mighty now, but as you know, Roderick has something to protect himself. The crown. Well, you know, Jack, you're pretty fast for a farm boy. Chasing after this giant. Wouldn't you be tired? But thank you. We got a like on our stream. That's pretty awesome.
Whoever gave the like, thank you. All right, so Bobby Reynolds says, "What if Godzilla versus the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk?" Oh,
yeah,
Godzilla,
I read that one.
100%.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah, I read that. Yeah, we're up to date.
What contest is there? It's Godzilla. His powers are literally like.
Oh, here we are, though. This is our
atomic breath, which is nuclear stuff.
Speaking of, this is the main giant of the movie, so this is our big bad. Now you can't see his face for a bit, but pay attention to the voice, because that's what you're looking out for. Because his voice is very recognizable. So Princess is captured by the bad guy. And the bad guy's like, what's happened? We've really forgotten about us? Yes, you faded into legend.
The voice sounds familiar, but I just looked it up. It's Bill Nye.
Bill Nye.
Davy Jones.
Bingo. So you've got two of the Pirates of the Caribbean villains in this movie.
He's also Rattlesnake Jake and Rango.
Yeah. So this giant has two heads. But yeah, he figured out that she's connected to that ancestor that banished the giants before. Yeah, so she's a descendant of Eric the Terrible. And that's Bum, the other giant. Some of the Guardians.
And now that they're captured, he's going to ask them these questions. Do you fear death? Do you fear the dark abyss?
Of course, Craw's not going to give anything away. I'd rather die. Okay. Of course. The likable character. Yes. So sadly, the likable character, well, apart from Elmont, gets killed off. Which is a nice surprise. That you wouldn't expect like the jokey character to get killed off. So that's sad because, you know, Craw's also the one who taught him to be a brave, better person, and he was supposed to be Elmont's best friend. Then again, in Ghost Rider, Mac was killed off too, and he was the best friend. But I think this is where we're introduced to the treasure, but it doesn't really take that much of an interest. At least we acknowledge that treasure is there because it's from the former king that they stole. It's their booty. But no one, I don't think, no one really cares for the treasure. But it is sad that they killed him off. That's sad.
So tell us how you got it. Or we
At least the giants spared the Jedi.
The right to Eater is mine and mine alone.
Sorry, fam.
We know he is the hunt, but she is different.
Yeah.
Abuses his power. You're not our king.
You're not our king.
I believe that distinction now belongs to you.
Yes, now he's the king.
outside. You might no choice, General Fallen.
The Crown.
Yes, the crown.
I know that when behind the scenes that Stanley Tucci said he loved playing this character.
This seems like a fun role to play, to be honest.
Yeah.
I imagine Spawn being a fantasy movie.
Yeah, that's why he does a lot more acting there. Of course. Gotta go lower. Of course, why not? There's the harp, which they use for in Puss in Boots for like, well, not Puss in Boots, it was like another fairy tale item, but they used other things. So it's a nice reference to the treasure that the giants had and not the power. The goose and the golden harp and all that stuff. Jack, you could easily just take some of this treasure for your uncle. Come on.
Which one of these gold things would you take?
Something you can put in your pocket. Wedding's off. Oh, what a surprise. His true colors are revealed.
Well, there was build up to it. There was build up to that reveal scene. Not reveal, but when the characters found out that he was evil.
First, we will take the kingdom of Cloyster and then her neighbor. In time, we will test this Viking myth of an even greater land across the sea. See the power directly to my
Ooh, watch the language, dude. This is a fairy tale. So we've got Roderick now is taking over.
So the things at the bottom of the age rating warned us that there'd be sexual content. I don't see any of the sort.
No, neither do I. So it's very weird.
Sadly, it's not between the giants. Hey, Lucas.
Yeah, pretty good there. So we're now on to the part with obviously. I say I say this is a 3-act movie. I think we're still on the second act. Like Act 2 is them going up to the beanstalk. Act 3 is them getting down. So I say we're still in Act 2 at this point.
Act 3 would also have the climax of the whole movie.
Yeah. So now we're gonna take care of poor Ewan McGregor. He just saw his best. Of all the giants to do the cooking, you pick the guy who picks his nose.
It's like angry grandpa cooking. Like he's constantly scratching his ass and pulling his pants up.
He's doing it now. Oh wow. Then again, I suppose the giants don't really care too much for how their food is presented.
Speaking of angry grandpa, imagine if he was playing the main giant.
Well, you wouldn't understand him much, would you?
No, the dialogue would just be like,
something like that. Give me a hand with this. Get it? Pigs in blankets. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You're gonna stab yourself there. Oh boy! Now to kill the pigs. Whoop. Yeah.
It went
Hey.
right. Went right where the crotch is.
Yeah. Now he's in the oven. Oh, he's even scratching his armpit too. Assuming we're still in sync, we've got you getting the knife out right there. And now he. Oh man. Yeah, they clearly need a better, a cook better than this. I'm surprised the giant hasn't smelt Jack yet.
Don't giants have great sense of smell?
They're supposed to. You know, I thought the
He
king.
should smell Jack.
Hmm. And now it's time for the rescue
All
mission.
right, Jack, don't puss out at the last second.
And he stabs him in the back. Backstabbing.
And it's not a betrayal this time; it's literal.
Oh, right. The blade was pushed back into the wall, so yeah, he's out. Yeah. So the Guardians couldn't kill these guys. It took a farm boy to do it.
You know, the Guardians need to get another job, since a farm boy could kill the giants and they couldn't. They should reconsider their careers.
Well done.
That's the only weapon left now, is that stupid farm knife. Where's my friend who helped us? Oh, awkward. Seriously, why is the king having fire breathers? This is no time for entertainment. What's all these and there's beanstalk games? What the hell? There shouldn't be festivities. The princess is missing. Possibly the giants are real. And you're acting like having a big party. But we have a little discussion with the king here. So he's not actually, he actually gets something to do instead of just sit here. So at least there's that for you. Poor king, misses his daughter.
Is it just me, or do the giants in this movie look nothing like on the poster?
A bit off.
There's a giants
Ooh.
with a gladiator outfit on, but they wear nothing of the sort.
So the king's thinking we should cut it down or not. Awkward.
Well, don't cut it down since your men are up there.
And his daughter, so he's a bit hesitant to do it, but he's considered a legend. You see a way up, and you see a way down. Before something else does. Yeah. Or so you can see the stakes. Like, if you were in the king's position, do you keep the beanstalk alive so your daughter can get down, or do you chop the beanstalk to prevent the giants from possibly coming down? What would you do?
I would not cut the beanstalk down because, yeah, the giants would come down, and plus, other people I know and care about are up there.
Right, so you would, despite the fact your relative is up there, you would still cut it down for the sake of the kingdom.
I wouldn't.
Oh, you wouldn't, just with one person? Okay.
Plus, the giants would come down.
Anyway, though, Crawl's dead. Oh, I'm sorry. He didn't deserve to die. He was a likable. It is a nice twist, though, because normally the likable character doesn't die. An example being Hagrid doesn't kill off. They don't kill off Johnny Depp either. So most of the likable characters don't kill off, but it was a nice change.
You know what trope in films that I don't get? Like here, there's a small, weak human antagonist, well, weaker than the giants.
Yeah.
They're all obeying his every whim. I get it's because of the crown, but I don't understand how when they're intelligent, strong antagonists with powers and everything, listen to like little weak main antagonists with zero powers whatsoever. It's one thing if they're more intelligent than the stronger henchmen, but it's another thing when they're also very intelligent.
Well, the only one who's intelligent of the
Weaker
Giants
antagonist.
is the main one and the thumb.
You know what I'm saying, Lucas?
Yeah, I get you. To be fair, though, the Giants don't bother me too much. They are fine. The CGI isn't the best, but it works. As well as this, as does the romance. The romance isn't forced down your throat. It's just in the background. It's charming. It doesn't say, "Hey, we're supposed to get together," but you can actually see the chemistry. So it's not like there's nothing there.
Here I get that the Giants are listening to this small human character because they're not the brightest bulbs in the chandelier, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, they follow the water back to the waterfall. Of course, Roderick put a giant in there to stop them from getting away. But Jack has a plan. Of course. Oh no. I mean, as soon as you put that in, I would run away immediately.
I would not go near that thing, what Jack has.
Oh, you killed one giant, so I'm an expert. And he says, weren't you in an oven an hour ago?
Well, you've killed none, so yeah, you should probably listen to him.
And you was in the oven, so he helped you. Oh boy. Sleeping on the job. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, now run. Oh boy. How long do you think he'll take before he wakes up?
Well, let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. Took 11 seconds for him to wake up when there's beans in his helmet. Ooh. Oh boy. Whoa, whoa. Easy, big fella. Ugh.
Nice haircut.
Oh no. Oh no. Don't do it. That was easy. It's over. What? It's over for that giant anyway. It's progression of the plot. That's what this is.
It's like an elephant scared of a mouse situation. How was the giant scared of a little bee? I also imagine that it wouldn't hurt the giant that much because the bee sting is not that harmful to a giant.
But yeah, Elmont's staying behind now. Got to deal with Roderick and the crown. You didn't kill a man, have you? And how are you supposed to stop Roderick without... All you've got is this knife. Good luck with that. You're one of us.
Thank you for saving my life. You're one of us.
You got promoted from farm boy to guardian. To be fair, though, I don't know if that's a good thing because the Guardians kind of just suck apart from Elrond and his friend. But okay. So we're also a nice touch of the music there, slowly building up to the end of the second act, I should say. But there's some. Here's the thing, though. Since that giant fell, you know what that means for the king.
Yeah.
Monks, don't just stand there. Please move. Don't pray to God. Bye. He's dead. Yeah, but that means to them now they know the legends are true because they saw a giant. And why are all the villagers here too? I understand why the knights are here, but why are the villagers here?
Yeah, that is a little strange.
I want to see what's going on. But yeah, now the king understands, like, okay, it's true. We've got to do it. I know your daughter's up there, but you can't, it's. But that is a very selfless king to do, because like nobody wants to cut it down because they all care for the princess, but he's the only one who's like, I do too, but you have to think of the bigger picture here. Oh, that's sad. And and when no one else does anything, he does this. He just grabs the sword and does it himself. Wow. That's because you can tell how sad everyone is. Nobody wants to do it because everyone cares for the princess, but he's thinking of the bigger thing, so I'm not mad at him. Now, I'm sorry if you guys can't see my head because my angle is a bit off.
I can understand why. I can understand why the king is doing it. I wouldn't do it personally because of the princess.
Based on my angle, I would just post that there. Oh, it took a night time. Wow, it takes like 2 days at most to get this thing down, doesn't it?
I wonder how long it would take for that little sword to cut, compared to the beanstalk, to cut down the plant. How long do you think it would take for the king to cut down the beanstalk with the sword?
Now, obviously, they're going to go back to their worlds, but before going, at least that's a good timing part. Yeah, there it is. Because, like, that's probably the best place to put it before they go separated again. Yeah, probably best do it now but at the same time, though, they don't know what the king's doing down there. He is cutting the plant down. Please move faster.
Oh, wow, what a surprise. A male and female protagonist kiss.
Well, it's not surprised me. But you should really get walking.
Sarcasm, my friend.
But yes, they should really get moving because they're cutting the beanstalk down. It's going to be, imagine that'd be awkward if, like, she's coming down, the king doesn't know it, and he cuts the beanstalk down. It's, awkward. So, yeah, there are some stakes. At least Jack's house is now a tree house. He slept there near the rocks. Wow.
Well, it's not like they know that the beanstalk is being cut down, so they can't really rush if they don't know what's going on.
Oh, boy. That's a huge army. You got this, Ewan McGregor. You got this. Of course. You want to, as a traditional villain like you are, you want to gloat about your victory before sending your troops down.
If I were a villain, I would just get the job done before gloating about my victory.
Hey, do I see someone? No, you don't see anything. Okay. Yeah, instead of just sending the giants down the beanstalk while you have the chance, just gloat. That'll work. I need a cool villain shot and look at my future kingdom. There's our trailer line. Oh! Boom. Wah, wah. Give me a hand, boys. Shall we do it? Dig 'em out. So we finally get this tepid school door that's been building up. Awkward. Ooh. Not so good right now about your lightsaber. Ooh. Pinning him down. And here it comes. Slice.
What
Ooh.
are you gonna do now?
Ooh. He's still going at it. Ooh. Come on, Ewan. It's over, Obi-Wan. I have the high ground. This is just like in Phantom Menace. Yes, I thought he was the hero too. Oh, I wish he was. Oh. Ugh. Stabbing. Take that then. Stabs him in the foot. Gotcha. And in for the stomach.
That's what you get for monologuing. A surprise attack.
I'm not the hero, but at least I get to see how it ends. I like this tension here, how he crawls away and he's begging for help, and the giants are struggling to get to him. They're very tense. And now, that giant there, he knew what his plan was the entire time. So he's like, I'll let this guy finish him off and I'll become the new king. So yeah, very well paid off and very built up. Oh, get the crown, Obi-Wan! Hurry! He's dying. This is your chance. And he's out. Okay, now run and grab the crown. Don't toddle. Sorry. Well, I'm sorry, Obi-Wan, but we've got 30 minutes left of the movie, I think, so we still need something to happen. It's now a wedding ring.
Who's getting married?
All hail the king. Not Elvis. You need horses to pull that thing? Wow. Uh-oh. You guys are running out of time. You seriously need... How far up are you? Not too far to go. Oh, boy. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. You may want to get clear, Your Majesty. That effect's coming down. Oh, boy. Down we go. Run, Forrest, run! Seriously, now you decide to run? You don't be
These
stuck up
characters
there.
have delayed reaction syndrome. That's what a lot of film characters have.
Also, goodbye, Giants. Looks like there is going to be no Act 3 after all. Wah, wah. There goes your chance of escape. No! Star Wars. Yeah, you gave your knife to the other guy, remember? So you got to use the magic badge. Oh yeah, so there goes Act 3, because that if the beanstalk is down, how will the Giants get down now? Okay, that's like a web swinging scene. Oh, it's gonna be close. Hit the brakes. Hit the brakes. Lovely. Wonderful. How long is that thing? It keeps going. Hey, Almont, you're heading straight for the castle. At least you made it. I made it all the way back home. Uncle needs a new house now. That's a lot of gardening you need to clear up.
That's gonna take a while to clean, eh?
Oh, well. That's a lot of, what's the word for it? Compost. Did I do the right thing? My daughter. But yes. She's home. A moment. Everyone else died. Because Roderick was a bad guy, duh. Sorry, but he... Yeah. And worse, you trusted him with her. It's
a long ride back to the castle.
the one who saved you. Because everyone else went down, but only the farm boy is the one who saved her.
You know, the worst thing about betrayal is it's never done by your enemies.
But you, the one who saved her. Gold. You can reward you enough. Yeah, as a father, he can never reward you enough. That's such a good line. Matching armor.
Is it smart to have golden armor? I'm sure it would melt after a while.
You're not the only one who thinks so. And Reggie's like, I don't need this to remember you by. Of course. Besides, hasn't she? I don't think she wants to be reminded of the story of the Giants anymore after this.
No.
Time to go.
I have to say, for a movie called Jack the Giant Slayer, he doesn't slay that much giants.
No.
Only like 2.
And of course, obviously, yeah, so far 2. But you know, if the title was changed to Jack and the Beanstalk and it was still this story, I would still enjoyed it. But here's the thing, though: how are the Giants going to get down now? But if you remember earlier, and from that fight with Roderick, you remember that he dropped something. Yep.
But I'm sure he's gonna slay. I'm sure he's gonna slay more giants.
Oh yeah, because don't
There's
you
like
remember?
more movie coming.
Yeah, because if we remember earlier in the movie, there wasn't just one bean, was there? Yep, there were more than one bean. And Roderick took the rest from Jack earlier in the movie. So now we have our climax. 5 more beanstalks.
It's just me, or does General Fallon's smaller other head look like Gollum?
Yeah, kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Here we go again. Oh boy. Now we have our climax. Magic beans, make my plants grow. Okay, Rita. Oh boy. Hmm. Oh boy. Here comes the thunder. Imagine dragons eat your heart out. And there we go. Beanstalk away. Which is weird because they show you 4 beanstalks, but there was 5 beans. But okay. Yeah, fee, fi, fo, fum. Word and downwards. That would be such a frightening image to see. All these giants charging on those beanstalks. And, oh, that's frightening. Roderick gets a
Now,
squish.
this is when shit's hitting the fan.
That would be very frightening. Ah! Ah, boy. Remember, Fum, the princess is mine. Not if I beat to you first. Later. Wow. And they're off. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh yeah, Jack still had 1 bean left for his little neck pendant thing.
Oh, the giants are actually wearing armor.
Yeah.
Similar to the poster.
Bingo. Well, obviously that's where it came from. Now you're back to square one, Jack, with no how. Well, you've got gold, so I take that back. Oh, after all that, you find the horse again. Yeah, I went up to a giant plant, and then suddenly all this crazy stuff happened. Well, guess what? The story's not over yet. Start running, Jackie. Ah! You walk very slowly home.
What's the matter?
Nothing at all. Yeah, something will be the matter, though.
And that is what's the matter.
Finally, we're on to the 3rd act. And the 3rd act is literally like 30 minutes. So main act 2 is mainly the most of it. Trying to give as much commentary as possible, guys. So bear with us. It's very up there. Oh boy.
Months haven't hung that bad. I don't think I've ever heard of him.
Well, now because the virgins are true. Run, Forrest, run! They should. Seriously, what's he? Wow. Yeah, it's not good news, dude. Run for your lives! What's wrong with you? This is the part where you start running, right? Now, okay. Run, you idiot! Oh boy, that's a haunting image there. And they're off for the horse race at the century. Maria, what? Better than you expected, eh? Oh, that poor soldier. Let's see, are there any more expendable characters we can throw off here?
This is
Well,
not a fair fight whatsoever. Just tiny humans and horses, and just giants with armor.
oh well. We have some expendable characters left. Go, go, go! I'm sorry, General, but you've served your purpose. Have a nice day. Oh boy. How fast? I'm surprised those horses are that fast. You figure the giants would be faster. Welcome back, sir. I missed you too.
I think you're going to want bigger weapons for this.
We're going to stop the giants with oil. Okay. Oh my god. We got the bows, we got the arrows, we're going to light it up on the signal. Because of course I have to wait for the king first, then they'll do it. Boom. It's now the Bowser Castle. Also, happy anniversary to this movie. It came out 2013, so it's 10 years old now.
I was a kid in 2013. Damn, I feel old now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, he has faith in Jack. He has so much faith that he can make it. She can fly like thunder. Of course, they're gonna grab it. All right, now for the arrows. Ouch. After all his build, he gets taken out like a bitch.
Well, have you seen the giant taken out by being scared by a bee, and the one by just a singular knife?
I'm melting. I'm melting. You just got promoted. Get the hooks. We're gonna bring that drawbridge down.
Fallon looks like Freddy Krueger when he's being burnt.
Of course he's still alive. We need to set up a climax, so I'm gonna go another way. This isn't the end for me.
Come on, you know giants can't be defeated that easily. Aside from two we've seen so far, but you get my point.
Yeah. We're back together again, the trio.
Don't celebrate too early.
Your Majesty.
He's Act 2 is over. Move on.
I'm afraid the giants.
Oh well. You got this, right? Wow, screw the bell. Screw your ancestor. Wow. How long do you think that... Oh boy, here we go. We're at discount Batman now. Gravel hooks. Oh, now you want to put more men on that thing? So the drawbridge is...
grapple hooks.
Yeah, weird. We must warn the kingdoms. We need to warn Princess Peach and Princess Daisy and Mario and all the others. Bear in mind that the drawbridge is held, like its two support wheels are made of wood. Okay. Wouldn't
How's
you
it not
want...
going down? Along with the giant strength, it should go down pretty easily.
Yeah, boy. I didn't notice that. The princess has a sword and she never uses it. Okay. I never... Prepare for battle. The catacombs. And of course, we get it if they show us Eric the Magnificent's tomb, which is the guy who made the crown originally, and that's where Roderick got the crown from. Obviously, that tomb, because he was buried at they established. So we should see it right there, Eric's tomb. That's where Roderick got the crown from. Rest in peace, King Eric. Seriously, more wood. Your motivation is food. Yeah, it's working. I'll notice that you're not helping, Thumb, but regardless, you did it.
That should have gone down way easier. That wooden gate.
So they're going to use harpoons to pull it back. Come on, guys. The drawbridge is done. You really think you can hold it up?
Destroy it by playing tug of war with it.
I like how the king also helps too. And of course, they're throwing trees at him now. Also, Ian McShane is 80 years old, bear in mind. He's up there with Indy. So, very good. Yeah, boy.
That's just like my place.
No, it's not. It's nothing like your place. And of course, we have our big boss fight now. Yeah, the general has a thing for the princess. And not in that way. It's a bit more of revenge than anything else. Oh boy. You really think you can hold it up? So we've got 100 men, and I'd say about 20 or 15 giants pulling.
I like how they're just throwing trees.
Yeah, they're trying to. They're throwing the trees to make them loosen on the ropes, basically. Oh wow! Shot his tongue. We've got these harpoon rapid fire guns. These will stop them. You can only keep them out for so long, though. They're gonna get in eventually. And Thumb's weapon is a slingshot. Okay. the first gun ever. And it's effective. Hammer time. Screw your plot points. Where are those two hiding? Hmm. Hmm. I know where they're hiding. Bingo. Ugh. Hmm. Don't crap your pants. Hmm. Seriously, you had to peek. You really?
That's the stupidest thing ever. That's the stupidest thing you can do. Idiot.
Saw the reflection. Smash it. Hello, the princess. Hello. Oh, by the way, we're speaking of Pirates of the Caribbean. This is before the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean film, so this is before he did Blackbeard. For Ian McShane. So, alright then. Oh boy. Run, Forrest, run!
Also, why don't they have any weapons with them?
There's your answer. You got an axe. Jack, don't tell him what you're about to charge him in the face. Yeah, that'll show him. He ain't no Batman. Well, there's still... And there's your plot point. The Lost Bean. Magic bean! Make my beanie grow! Oh boy. That's awkward.
Make my beanie grow.
That's awkward.
That sounds so wrong, Lucas.
Yeah, well, this is awkward. It's like, you, of all the things to swallow, that is not a good idea. Oh no. This is going to be a grotesque.
But wouldn't it
Ooh.
just dissolve in stomach acids? It wouldn't grow. I think that the bean would just dissolve.
Yeah, probably. But according to the monk said, if the beans get wet, that's what makes them grow. It doesn't have to be water, does it?
But that's not water, it's stomach acids.
No, but they said if the beans get wet, it doesn't specifically have to be water. It has to be a wet substance. So based on the terms of that, it still makes sense why the bean will grow. Because even before touching the stomach acid, right, there's still spit in his mouth. So even if you don't buy the stomach acid doing it, you could at least buy the spit before it hits that. Yeah.
Saliva, yes.
So there are ways that it will grow before it hits that. Bear in mind. Also, it took this whole kingdom. Yeah, this whole kingdom had to be destroyed. Well, I like that. Is that the king's like, get the king to safety, and the king's like, hell no. Badass king. So, like hell, the king says. But yeah, it took this entire castle being destroyed to stop the giants. We're homeless now. But yeah, here come the giants now. All right, well, celebrating Pacific Rim's 10th anniversary in July. Oh, hi, Bobby. Thoughts on DLC? Microtransactions? 50-50 on it. Oh boy.
You guys are outnumbered.
But it would have been cool to see this fight of Ewan McGregor and Ian McShane, two badass actors, fight these giants. But
Yeah.
Jack kind of beat you to it, really. That beanstalk. That poor castle. Oh, sorry, Your Majesty. I had to break your entire castle to save the kingdom. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. It's over, giants. Your spider sense is tingling. Ian McShane is too awesome. I must bow to him now. Bow before Obi-Wan.
His entire kingdom's destroyed. So he has no kingdom anymore.
Okay, then. Well, bow to these awesome actors instead. There's something behind you. Yeah, it's the main character. Because when the giant exploded, the crown flung off. So obviously you could saw that coming, that the crown was eventually going to go on Jack's head at some point. And of course he sends the giants home, and then that's that. But yeah, we officially made it through the main story. Overall, I mean, there is like an epilogue stuff with like traditional ending. But yeah, the main bit is done. And of course, I do
It's
like that.
near the end
yeah.
of Act 3.
Yeah, so it is a nice. I like that the king and Elmont are supportive of this relationship. You're like, oh, it doesn't matter if he's a farm boy, because yeah, he's a farm boy, but he's the farm boy who saved the entire kingdom. I think he's worthy of the princess at this point. Come on.
He's better at the job of the job of the Guardians than the Guardians are.
And the farm boy prince. Yep.
Oh, these are his kids now.
Yeah. It began with him,
Passing on the story to different generations.
Yeah. Passing the torch of the story. It began with him as a kid, and now it's him as a man telling his kids the story. And then we see this epilogue of the crown being passed down through generation. So we have, and if you hear the dialogue, they make changes to the story where it's not a horse, it's a cow, and it's a mom. So that explains, like, oh, so that's where they changed the story, because it was passed down from person to person, and they keep changing the story. So
that is a pretty cool looking crown, I'll admit.
Yeah, now it's getting all jeweled up and all.
You know that because there's no proof and a random friar on the street told you.
Yep. And the crown was placed into the British Museum. And no one will ever know. Yes, Roddy, stay with the group. It's alright, that name sounds familiar to some other character. Descendants. Of all the characters to have a descendant, it had to be the flipping villain. Set up for a sequel? Awkward.
And that sequel never came.
Yeah, it's been 10 years now, so a bit late for that. But that'll be Giants in London. I don't know how to feel about that.
But you never know. Sequels come late sometimes.
Well, that was it. Jack the Giant Slayer. We officially made it for the movie. After all its build-up, well, was it better than you
I'm
expected?
just waiting for the end credits. That's all.
All right, we're zooming out further and further from all the way up to the Giant's Kingdom there. And into the mouth. Rah. Credits. Bryan Singer. Oh, yeah. Let's pause.
All right, so that was the movie.
Yep. So, overall thoughts after all its build-up?
All right, so my thoughts. I thought it was a pretty fun movie. It's nothing fantastic, but it's
That's fine.
pretty good.
All
For
right.
the CGI, it wasn't groundbreaking or anything, but it wasn't as bad as the poster made it look.
And yeah, the plot was nothing what you expected it to be.
No. Well, of course, you had to beef up the story of this fairy tale.
Yeah. I mean, I expected you to think it was either a corny movie or it was going to be like Jack was like some sort of Jack the Ripper character.
No, if
Or
it was a
something.
Jack the Ripper character, he'd have the guts of giants on the street with notes.
But instead, it was more of an adventure story.
Yeah. Jack the Giant Slayer sounds like a fairy tale story.
And
If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But for a movie called Jack the Giant Slayer, as I pointed out before, he doesn't slay that many giants.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the flaws seem a bit, I mean, no matter what flaws I'll say, I still think this is a good movie. I don't know about you, but I think the pros outdo the cons for me.
Yeah. The actors were pretty good. Ewan McGregor, of course, was great.
Yeah.
Ian McShane was good.
He was a badass king. Like, despite all this stuff going on, he was still willing to help. He was still like, just take the king away. No, I'm staying here. Hell that. So he's a badass king.
The motion capture was for the Giants was pretty good.
Yeah, Stanley Tucci was great
You
as
can
a
tell that
villain.
the actors had a great time doing it.
Yeah, but yeah, I enjoyed it all. Like we had a good, because there was more than we expected. We expected the Giants to be the threat. We also had a human villain through like the most of the arc.
Yeah, that's what monster movies have. Even in Godzilla movies, there are human villains.
Yeah, not all the time, but sometimes. But we didn't expected one because of if it wasn't for the crown, it would have just been probably some greedy guy who had gone up there for gold and treasure. But instead, we had a guy who wanted to take over the kingdoms because of the legend, which makes sense. Because when you establish the crown, it's like, what if the crown was attached to someone who was evil? So we had to see that through.
See, I thought it made sense to have a human villain, and the villain's motivation made sense.
Yeah, it wasn't just greed; it was actually power. And I would say the Giants' goal is destruction. So we have one villain motivated by power, one motivated by destruction. So overall,
I find it funny how the generals are named Fee, Fi, Fo, Fum.
Yeah, that's a nice reference to the stuff there. And they made points of the Giants smelling, so it played true to the whole fable of I smell the blood of an Englishman. We also had some good characters in the background, like Craw, like the best friend to Elmont. And as a nice twist, he dies, which I brought up in the commentary. And it's a nice twist because normally the charming, wisecracking comic relief character doesn't really get killed off. And after he dies, there are no more comic. No, take that back. Every comic relief character does die off. Which is
really, in this movie in particular, they don't really serve much to the plot, so there's no point of them sticking around. And plus, it builds up the threat of the Giants and how they kill their prey.
What would you say your favorite part in the movie was?
My favorite part, probably the war with the Giants. I thought that was well done.
The final act.
Yeah, the final act was good. Even the part where they build up the giant, one of them at first.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good setup, and that's another thing this movie I like is that everything they have is very good setup and payoff. They set up the crown, they set up the villain, they set up the beans, they set up the giants. Everything is well set up. Like so, when things go happen, you feel that tension, that drama. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
I also like the scene where how they executed the beanstalk growing.
Oh yeah, it took a few seconds there, but when the shit hit the fan, Boom. Also, that uncle, poor Jack took everything from this guy. Well, in a way, I take your horse, then get these beans, then your house goes up to the sky, comes down, and gets destroyed in the castle. I'm sorry, uncle.
He's pretty much the asshole with a point.
Yeah, so that's awkward. Overall, but yeah, I say when it comes to the Giants, I enjoyed them too, as well as the human characters were good. I never felt at any time in the movie I was bored. Did you?
No, not at all.
Even if there were cliches, they embraced them. The one big flaw, okay, yeah, it is the CGI. Yes, the lead isn't the best, but they did that on purpose because the whole point of the farm boy is supposed to be the nobody, the guy you wouldn't suspect to be the hero type. Ewan McGregor's one of his lines is, "I'm not the hero of the story, but I can see how it ends." So some of the characters are aware about this dialogue. So overall, it's a fun movie. It's not got the best CGI, I'll admit that, but it makes up for it with its human characters and its story because they try to adapt as best as they could, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
Would you say it's worthy of Blu-ray, DVD, or just a one-off rental?
I'd say it's worthy of DVD.
All right, I've got it as a Blu-ray, but go for it. You would buy this as a DVD then?
Well, not really. I just stream it.
Oh yeah, you would do that. But yeah, overall, good stuff. 10th anniversary for this movie, so congrats. It's technically on May, but regardless, this movie
did not have that big of a budget.
No.
Since around that time, the Hobbit movies came out. The CGI in that was way better. And that used motion capture like this one.
Yeah.
With, Smaug the Dragon.
Indeed.
That was mocap by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh yeah, well done there.
Along with the voice performance as well.
Sadly,
so that clearly had a bigger budget than this.
Yeah.
Motion capture was not just starting out. Motion capture was just starting out in the early 2000s with Polar Express and Monster House.
Well, I think we'll wrap it up there, though. We're approaching 2 hours, but it's been fun doing this commentary with you, Fazbear. I know you're not at your best today. You just got back from being sick, so I'm sorry to not forcefully, you chose to come here, but sorry to put you in it. But I
did this because I was feeling a little better.
What? So the movie helps you feel better?
No, it's like I was feeling better, so that's why I decided to do this commentary today.
And you're happy you did it?
Yeah, I'm glad I did it.
It wasn't a waste of time for you?
Not at all.
No. I mean, I think out of all the actors, which one of the actors, when we've got Ian McShane, Ewan McGregor, Stanley Tucci, and we've got Bill Nighy, out of those ones, which of those 4 actors were you most surprised to see in this film?
I would say I honestly don't know. This is a movie that they would do, a fantasy movie.
But you think all their roles suit a fantasy?
I was most surprised to see Ian McShane, I'd say.
Yeah. When you first saw The King, he's like, I recognize that actor. I can't get it, but yeah, it was him.
Yeah, I recognized. I thought I kind of recognized the voice. Then I realized it was Ian McShane. Same with Bill Nighy. I recognized the voice, couldn't pinpoint the name. Then I said, "Oh yeah, that's him."
Yeah, pretty good. So overall, it's been a fun movie.
I recognized like that because of the face.
Oh yeah, and it's nice to see him in this role. I've never seen him play a knight, to my knowledge. But as a nice bit of trivia, I don't know if you've seen the Blue Sky movie Robots, that one, the animated one.
I know that movie.
Well, the father who plays the main character is actually Stanley Tucci as well, and Rodney is played by Ewan McGregor, so it's a nice, awkward thing. Those two are father and son, are basically the hero and the villain in this movie. While I say, Jack is the main character, but I feel like Elmont is the hero character, if that makes any sense. Okay, to be fair, though,
I get what you're saying.
But he even says that he's not the hero of the story, so it's awkward.
That's irony there.
But it's. I would say, would you say this movie you would rewatch at some point?
Sure.
Oh wow, it's that good,
Only
dude.
it's like a fun movie you can have as background noise.
Indeed. Well, I'm gonna let you go. We are approaching the trap. Wow, J11 shows up now. My moderator shows
Sorry,
up now at
buddy,
the
you
end
missed
of
the
the.
scream.
I'm so sorry, Jay. But hey, look at the
Hey,
bright
you can
side.
rewind it and watch it.
Yeah,
You can rewind and watch it.
yeah. Jack the Giant Slayer. I'm sorry you showed at the end, but hey, there's nothing we can do about restrictions. But hey, even if you missed this live stream, you can always go back and watch the movie with us. We did try our best to say as much dialogue as possible to keep in. Yeah, we did say as much as possible. If you haven't seen Jack the Giant Slayer, from a Fazbear's point of view, a person who's first experienced this movie, would you say go watch it?
Yeah, I'd say go watch it. It's a pretty good time.
So, like,
If you like fantasy and action, this is your movie.
Yeah. Okay. And what would you say? Like, don't like Lone. Like, would you say like some people are hesitant to watch it because of the CGI or because of the title?
Look, it's not that great, but it doesn't hinder the experience.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah. I mean, the way we're saying it, we did kind of give some spoilers in this way, but hey, obviously you should have expected that when doing this commentary. But regardless, Jack the Giant Slayer, 10th anniversary, give it a watch. I think it deserves more praise than it gets because it's buried with all those other dark films that didn't do good at the time, and it shouldn't have. Well, I mean, it should have come out, but it shouldn't have gotten all that hate just because of its look. Don't judge book by appearances, as they say.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And
Thanks for having me.
you. Yeah. Oh, it was a pleasure, Fazbear. You can tell why I was eager to get you into this project. It was worth your time. So, overall, guys, this is from me and Fazbear. We'll be signing out for today. I will see you guys in the next one. I don't know what commentary we'll be doing next time, but when the situation comes up, I will give Fazbear a call to let him know. Maybe if Fazbear has an idea, Fazbear, if you have an idea of a movie that might interest us both, feel free to give your thoughts at some point as well. But thank you for everyone stopping by as well. And thanks for that like too. So that being said, from me and Fazbear, thank you all for watching. And Fazbear, I'll let you have the signing out piece for us.
All right. Bye, everyone.
And peace out.